I am Dr. Neha Gupta. I am a senior consultant in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at Medanta Hospital, Gurugram. Today in this video, we are going to talk about diet in polycystic ovarian syndrome, or as we commonly call it, PCOS. So, PCOS is the most common condition of hormonal imbalance in women. This is largely a lifestyle disorder which leads to various problems like irregular periods. Most commonly, the cycles they tend to be prolonged, or periods can even be missed. There can be cosmetic issues like oily skin, acne breakout, loss of scalp hair, and unwanted hair growth over face, chest, arms, and legs. In the longer run, PCOS can also lead to difficulty in getting pregnant, and it can also lead to various metabolic problems like pre-diabetes, diabetes, high blood pressure, dyslipidemia, which is high cholesterol levels, and it may even act as a precursor for the development of cancer of the lining of the uterus. So I cannot emphasize enough that this being a lifestyle disorder, weight management is the cornerstone of the management of this condition of PCOS. To discuss more about diet in this condition, we have with us today Ms. Sonal Kalra. She is a senior diabetes educator and obesity counselor at our hospital Medanta. So Sonal, welcome to today's session.
Thank you, Dr. Neha.
And straight away going to this topic of diet and PCOS, I really want to debunk certain myths which revolve around this condition. The first being, should dairy products be completely stopped in managing PCOS?
There are no such studies which say that the dairy products or anything specific should be stopped because of the PCOS thing. Our main aim in PCOS management is, it's a journey, it's a holistic approach to the diet. It cannot be, elimination cannot be the key.
Yes.
So dairy products are not to be stopped completely. There is no proven study onto this.
So I think this is a very clear message from Sonal, because so many patients who come to our OPD, they actually ask this question because the internet is full of such information that dairy products should be stopped in women with PCOS, but we actually do not follow that practice. Rather, we aim towards a healthy diet and a holistic approach. So what about gluten, Sonal?
So in many cases, gluten shows inflammatory problems, but still till the time we have a gluten allergy or we have a celiac disease, for which we should stop gluten. Otherwise, there is no proven study again in this scenario that we should stop gluten completely. Also, while if some people practice that, they will deprive themselves of good fiber content. So
Right.
we do not suggest stopping gluten from the diet, removing gluten from the diet.
So these days, there is a very, very large sound about the role of millets in diet.
Yes.
Jowar, bajra and ragi, and many people are actually substituting their wheat with millets in their diet. So how helpful is that?
So millets definitely have good quality of, better quality of protein than wheat, but removing wheat from the diet is not a suggestion. We can include millets in the diet again in a balanced form where we can benefit of higher protein values and higher fiber in those. But it's not that millets will do a wonder thing for you. So that is something which we need to understand, that millets are good, but it cannot, it's not necessary to replace it with wheat.
So please get this message very clear to whosoever is watching this video, that omitting dairy products, omitting wheat from your diet is not the way we manage our obesity or manage our diet when we are suffering from PCOS. If there is a proven gluten allergy or wheat allergy, then you completely stop gluten and omit it from your diet. Otherwise, completely omitting gluten or dairy products is absolutely not required. Now coming to another very, I should say, fashionable things these days, what about the keto diet?
So It's a newer concept which has come. There are not much studies on this. That is one thing. The other thing is, again, it is increasing your fat content in the diet and reducing the carbohydrate. As Dr. Neha said that PCOS is a lifestyle disorder. Now we need to change the lifestyle. The keto diets are not a sustainable model at all. So we should be not very getting attracted towards certain things, because it's not a short-term thing. It has to be forever.
Yes.
So for that, we need to actually work on our basic diet, including a lot of foods from all the food groups, rather than sticking to certain specific diets which can deprive you of nutrition.
Yes.
So in PCOS, one very important thing is we should be nutritionally adequate. While we are constricting your calories,
yes,
we need to kind of be more cautious about fulfilling your nutritional requirements.
Absolutely, because also along with diet, we always encourage women to do some moderate intensity workout every day. Weight loss, if it has to happen, it is always going to be with a combination of
Absolutely.
diet and exercise. Diet initially obviously has a greater share in shedding of the excess kilos, but workout is equally important. And so interestingly, we know that about 50% of the women with PCOS are overweight or they are obese. And most of these girls, they come and they tell us that whatever I'm trying, I'm not able to lose weight. And that really demotivates them also. So what do you have to say about that? Is losing weight in PCOS more difficult?
Definitely, it is more difficult because they have a lot of all these patients have insulin resistance, because of which losing weight is becoming difficult for them. The other thing is that basically they are trying to lose weight, but actually we should be not targeting the weight. We should be following a good healthy lifestyle, following
Yes.
all that needs to be making them nutritionally adequate. Physical activity has to be there. So diet and exercise, when you're doing it, even if you're not losing weight, you're not losing anything. You're not losing any kind of, you have to basically motivate yourself to keep doing it. It's
Yes.
a journey. It's not the end of it. So you have to keep doing weight loss. Weight loss is not the target. Health is the target. So we need to actually focus on health.
So a healthy lifestyle is the key to manage PCOS. Even I tell all the patients that even if you're not able to lose weight, just continue following the healthy lifestyle, continue eating healthy and continue working out. Because if you were to stop all these activities, then be certain that the symptoms are going to come back, and they're going to come back with much more severity. When you continue to do and follow the healthy lifestyle, we are able to keep the disease a little dormant, and we are able to manage the condition much well. So I think that's what the message from today's video was, that you have to follow a healthy lifestyle. Do not stick to any particular kind of diet. Do not follow the myths which evolve around the diet in PCOS without any basis on the internet. Please consult the doctor. Please consult a certified diet person who is able to guide you regarding what you should take in the diet and how to stay fit and healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.